Hey there, Shawna Karrasch here with an Ask Shawna answer. Okay, today's question comes from Karen, and she says, "Hi Shawna, I love your YouTube videos, yay. But I would really like to know how to get my horse a little sharper off the leg. I apply leg and she goes forward, and I say good and take the leg off as a reward, and then 5 to 10 strides later, she is slow again. I have a friend going to purchase a clicker and target so I can start training. Any help or advice would be greatly appreciated." Well, you're on the right track now. Start utilizing the positive reinforcement in this situation is going to make a huge, ginormous difference. At this point in time, think about it. What is in it for her to want to go forward? There's not a lot. You know, she's not really getting a lot out of it. She gets you to take your leg off. You know, there's just not a lot that she's driven for. Putting positive reinforcement in it, it will help her. She'll be invested in the outcome. She'll be wanting to figure out how to do it. And you'll just see a huge difference in her energy and her try because there's something in it for her. So that is going to be a number one that's going to help you. The best thing I can suggest you do, first start with just doing the bridge conditioning, that's the clicker, and the target training. Do those on the ground first and build up that reinforcement history. I have, there's on my blog, if you go to my blog, which is at askshawna.com or shawnakarrasch.com, there's a search bar and you can search for different topics because there's a lot of things I've covered. One is getting your horse off to a right start with positive reinforcement clicker training. So look for that one. That'll show you the bridge conditioning or the clicker, conditioning the clicker. And then, or whatever sound you want to use. You don't have to use a clicker, but I think clicker's a good one. And then it'll teach you about the target training. It's just a little synopsis, so it's not the full, doesn't give you all the details, but it'll give you a little bit of an idea. If you want more details, you can get my book or my video, and I show a horse starting and going. But anyway, there's some resources out there for you. And there's also another one on there, and I think it's called getting your horse good upward transitions or maintaining upward transitions or something along those lines. So that's another blog post that's also going to break this down a little bit for you and help you out. But in a nutshell, I want you to start with the target training and the clicker conditioning, the bridge conditioning. It's called the bridge signal, that's why I keep saying that, on the ground. Get that good. I would teach her, you know, maybe to walk with you on the ground, to lift her feet for you, to do something on the ground. The stronger you get the association with the training, because pretty soon they just see you coming and they're like, oh, we get to do that thing. So we really kind of want to get her engaged, having lots of success with it. Keep your sessions short and highly reinforcing. So short and sweet, I call them. So little session, lots of reinforcement, and let her process it. And so I would rather you do like 3 repetitions of small little ones than to do a long session. It works better for them in their the way they process the information. And then when you're ready, I would go to under saddle. And at first I want you to, every time you click under saddle, I want you to let her stop and feed her so that you make sure that she recognizes she has a long history with being ridden. I mean, mostly they do, a long history of being ridden without positive reinforcement. So sometimes when we first click under saddle, there's so much weight, there's so much history on the side of the traditional training that's a little slower for them to go, oh, this new training that I just started doing works under saddle too. So you got to kind of get her really engaged in it under saddle so she learns it's the same game, it's the same thing you love to do, it's just from the saddle. So at first I want you to really, I pick one little thing to work on. Sometimes it's bending, or sometimes it's softening, or it might be, just little upward transitions. So start with that walk to, as she walks off, and get that good response. As you can get it, you reinforce it, and she's going to stop. The stopping is an incidental. The part that's really reinforcing, the clicker becomes what's called a conditioned reinforcer. So it holds reinforcing value on its own. It's that Pavlovian or classic conditioning. So the clicker is very important in that it can mark a moment in time. So they're going to remember what earns them the click. The stop that happens in between the click and the feed isn't what is triggering them. It is when you click, they say, oh, I just earned a reinforcement. They're stopping because they're stopping because you said I'm going to reinforce you. So they're just kind of accommodating what you said you're going to do. So people really get hung up because they're stopping in there and they're feeding as their stop, but the click is what they're working for. So anyway, I hope that helps you out. So as you get going, go search for those things. They'll give you a little bit more premise and a little bit more ideas behind it. And there's all kinds of subjects on that blog. So you just search on through there. Anyway, so as you get going, if you have more questions, you or anybody else, please don't hesitate to get a hold of me again at AskShawna.com. Okay, Karen, until next time, enjoy getting your horse on target. Bye.